States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing and join the board in a moment of silence as we honor our veterans, our first responders, and our active military. Thank you. Good evening. I'd entertain a motion for approval of bills and payroll.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Salaski. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. As Mr. Rivera makes his way to the podium, I'd just like to announce that obviously Trustee Casado is not here with us this evening. He's feeling a little under the weather. We hope that he gets better real soon. I was in communication with him this morning, and if anyone knows Mr. Casado, he does not like to miss meetings, so I'm sure he'll be with us at our next meeting. So get well soon, Mr. Casado.
Resolved to approve the minutes of the meetings of the Board of Trustees from January 8th and January 22nd, 2025, and amend minutes from November 20th, 2024.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Clark. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Salaski. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolved to approve a request from the Knights of Columbus Corpus Christi Council Number 2502 for the use of 6 metered parking spaces on Jericho Turnpike adjacent to their premises on Saturday, February 22nd, 2025, to facilitate a charity event.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolved to approve a request from the New York Power Authority and New York Transco for the use of the Village Hall Community Center auditorium to a Propel New York Energy Community Information Session on Wednesday, March 28th, 2025, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay, so although this is not anything directly to do with the village, some of you may have read in the local newspaper, Propel New York is essential, and they'll be able to explain it much better than I can. They are trying to funnel more power from upstate New York down here to Long Island, so essentially they're going under the Long Island Sound, coming in through the Port Washington or Great Neck Peninsula, coming all the way down here, and then out to, I believe, Hicksville. So they'll explain all of that, what they're doing, how they're doing it, the timeline. The reason for it is really to reinforce our grid and to have more energy available, especially as we begin to move into some areas of where the electrification of school buses, for example, and other things, no gas stoves, et cetera. So if you're interested in that, that is here at Village Hall. It's open to the public. It's not something that the village is running, but they are using Village Hall as an outreach. I did attend one of their presentations. They're very thorough, and they explain it very well. So if you're interested in that, that is March 28th here at Village Hall from 6 to 8 p.m. I'll entertain a motion to approve the request.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Salaski. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolved to approve a request by the Mineola Athletic Association to schedule its opening day parade for Saturday, April 5th, 2025, starting at 9 a.m. along the route on the agenda.
We're calling for snow tomorrow, so we're going to approve the Little League opening day parade. It seems like it's a long ways away, but I think pitchers and catchers are reporting pretty soon for spring training, so I guess it is baseball season. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the request by the MAA for their opening day parade on April 5th.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolved to approve the membership of the following candidate as recommended by the Mineola Fire Department. Paul McKenna, Company 3.
Okay, Trustee Clark.
Make the motion.
Motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Deputy Mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolved to authorize the purchase, installation, removal, and storage of holiday lights by Holiday Outdoor Decor. The cost is $19,026.
Okay, so this is, in addition to the lights that we had up this year, we're hoping to each year increase those lights, and we always buy them after the season at a 35% discount.
Correct.
So we thought that it would be the appropriate time is to buy these holiday lights now. at a discount, and then year after year, hopefully, we'll build up to our stock of these decorative lights that went across Manila Boulevard. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Salaski. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Deputy Mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolved to approve the following 2025 tow car license applicants and to designate Cross Island Wrecker as the village's authorized tow car agent for abandoned vehicles for 2025 and waive its fee for tow car and operator registration.
Okay, we have the list there, so this is just a routine administrative thing that we do every year. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Clark. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Salaski. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Just a couple of personnel items. Resolved to authorize the hiring of Nicholas Avila as a laborer in the village clerk's office, working Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., at a starting salary of $18 per hour per the collective bargaining agreement.
Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Clark, seconded by deputy mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolved to appoint Marlene Albuquerque Barbosa, as secretary to the Zoning Board of Appeals, effective February 10th, 2025.
Okay, we're lucky to have Ms. Barbosa, so we'll entertain a motion to approve the appointment.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Salaski, seconded by deputy mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And last item is resolved to authorize the posting of a laborer position in the village clerk's office. Workdays are Monday through Friday. Hours are 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Entertain a motion to post.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Clark, seconded by trustee Salaski. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
That's all. Thank you very much. Okay, Mr. Palumbo.
Good evening.
Evening.
First, I have a request a resolution authorizing the engineering services for preparing the 2024 annual water quality report. The engineers are DMB Engineers and Architect, DPC. The cost of $7,700, and the funding will be the 2024-2025 water fund budget and/or water fund and reserve balance.
Okay, entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Clark. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by deputy mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Request a resolution authorizing the superintendent of public works and the supervisor of water plant operations to attend the AWWA New York Section Water Conference in Saratoga Springs, New York, from Monday, April 14th through Thursday, April 17th. Approximate cost is $2,000, and the funding will be the 2024-2025 water fund budget.
Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Salaski. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Request a resolution authorizing change orders number 4 through 6 for the 1,4-dioxin and PFAS treatment at Well 4, contract number 1, general construction. As listed on the agenda, the cost will be altogether $35,850.07. The contract is Metro Group of Long Island, and cost of change orders to come from the general construction allowance, resulting in no change in the total general construction contract price.
Okay, and this is well 4 on Old Country Road, which
Yes.
is nearing completion.
Yes, a few more months.
A few more months, and hopefully
Yeah,
will we
we'll
have
be
it up?
back up.
Will we have it up this summer?
Possibly. It all depends on how all the testing goes,
Okay.
you know, so.
Okay, so we've been working on that, and so these are some of the change orders. So that, entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by deputy mayor Sartori. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Salaski. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Request a resolution authorizing the change order number 6 for the 1,4-dioxin and PFAS treatment at Well 4, contract number 1, the plumbing contract. Change order number 6 is for the replacement of the well blow-off valve, $9,847.50, and the contractor is Benson Contracting. This cost has no change in the allowance of the plumbing contract.
Okay, so this is also for well 4. This is the plumbing. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Clark. Do I have a second?
Second.
second by Deputy Mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next, request a resolution authorizing change orders numbers 1 and 2 for the PTAS treatment at Well 1, Phase 2 general contract. The change order number 1 is to add steel spacers behind the lintels and change the tie rod to stainless steel. The cost is $2,195.85. The contract is WHM Plumbing and Heating Contractors, and cost of change orders to come from the general construction allowance, resulting in no change in the total general construction contract price.
Okay, entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Clark, seconded by trustee Salaski. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
The second change order is for a credit providing galvanized steel in lieu of stainless steel for all structures. The credit is for $21,185.85. WHM Plumbing and Heating is the contractors. The contract will be reduced by the total value of this change order. The new contract amount will be $2,417,134.15.
All right.
So we got a credit.
Love a credit.
Excellent. We'll take a credit. Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori. Do you have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Clark. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next, request a resolution authorizing the removal of a handicap reserved parking sign in space by the resident at 236 McKinley Parkway.
Okay, usually we get requests for putting them in. Every once in a while, we get
We
them
take
to-
them out.
To take them back out. Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Clark. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Salaski. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next, request a resolution authorizing the engineering services for the 2025 Stormwater Management Program Services MS4 permit compliance activities. Engineers are DMB Engineers and Architects DPC, cost of $18,400, and the funding is from the 2024-2025 general fund budget and/or general fund unreserved balance.
Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Clark. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Request a resolution authorizing the purchase of 2 new Flowbird solar-powered Strata Rapid multi-space meter kiosks from the Region 14 Education Service Center contract, number 158971. The vendor will be Devo and Associates. The cost will be $16,716.15. And the funding will be from the 2024-2025 general fund budget and/or general fund unreserved balance.
Okay, this is a continuation of our program to replace the outdated, traditional, coin-operated meter heads, which are difficult to find parts for, and maintenances, and so obviously this, slowly, these are expensive, but as we switch them out, they obviously can cover the space of many, many traditional meters, and they also give our residents and our shoppers and our visitors multiple ways to pay for parking. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the purchase of these 2 solar-powered multi-space meters, kiosks.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Clark, seconded by Deputy Mayor Sartori. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next, request a resolution authorizing the installation of a handicap reserved parking space in front of 184 Roslyn Road. The parking will be installed on the north side of Dow Avenue, and there will be a no stopping here at corner sign in front of the handicap spot.
Okay, we take them away and we
We put 'em back.
somewhere else, so.
Net zero.
Yeah, net zero. That's at the request, and obviously when people request this, they do have to provide a reason, and they do have to provide a legal, current handicap parking placard, and it has to make sense for the neighborhood. So, going on Mr. Palumbo's recommendation, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Salaski. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Clark. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
And finally, request a resolution authorizing the purchase of 2 Big Belly HC5 solar refuse collection stations with Life Cycle Clean software and add panel strips per the Massachusetts State FAC 113 contract pricing. Total cost is $11,968.40, and the funding will be the 2024-2025 general fund budget and/or the general fund unreserved fund balance.
Okay, so very similar to the parking meter kiosks, what we've done, we've purchased a number of these in the last couple of years. I think we have about 8 or 10 of them.
This will be 10.
10. So this is 2 more, and we're buying the strips so that we can put the advertisements on the side and slide them in and out easier. These are these big mailbox-looking garbage that compact. They are solar-powered, much cleaner, much safer, and so again, slowly we hope to replace the old-fashioned, outdated ones that we had in the downtown with these as we go along. Entertain a motion to approve the purchase.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori. Do you have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
That's it, thank you. Have
That's
a
all,
good
you
night.
sure?
Yeah.
Nothing
You've been
else?
busy.
Well, Mr. Palumbo is going to be busy the next 24 hours because we do
Yeah.
have he's thrown his glasses. It's just, man. But in all seriousness, a couple of things since as Mr. O'Keefe makes his way up, right? You have a report. We are expecting a weather event overnight, Wednesday into Thursday tomorrow. We're not sure about the amount of accumulation, but certainly freezing rain. There is also snow forecast for this weekend, and then there's snow forecast again for the middle of next week. And I would like to remind everyone, and this is very, very difficult, and I totally understand, the Village of Mineola is one of the few municipalities, not the only one, but one of the few municipalities that observes Lincoln's birthday, which happens to be next Wednesday. So Village Hall is closed. There is no sanitation collection. There is no village board meeting. So there is no parking enforcement either. So please make sure that you, plan accordingly. But if it snows and we have to call DPW in, then you are expected to move your cars off the street if more than 2 inches snow. We'll send out alerts. We'll send out reminders, but just wanted to put that on everybody's radar, okay? In spite of what Staten Island Phil said. Or his name is. Or Chuck. Is it Chuck? Is it Chuck or Phil?
I
Yeah,
think
one
it's
of them.
Chuck.
One's
One of
Chuck,
them's
one's
Chuck,
Phil.
yeah.
One's Chuck. The one that de Blasio
Island
dropped on
Chuck.
his head. Which one's that? That's Chuck. Okay, Mr. O'Keefe.
All right, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
So, total number of electrical, plumbing, commercial, and residential permits issued in the month of January 2025 is 50. It's middle of the winter, slower permitting, obviously. So tonight, I would just like to update the board on our municity program. Since the launch of Phase 1 in August of 2024, which is our in-house program, every single application has been processed through the system from start to finish. It has been an enormous time saver and contributed to the organization and efficiency in processing applications, permits, licenses, taking payments, and the list goes on. Future launches for the programming involving Municity Connect, which is going to be for the inspectors in the field, and the residence portal are still being built and modified by the program designer. We are eager for these phases of the program to launch, but it is important to me for the residents and the building owners to have a seamless interaction with the program as we move from paper to digital. I want to be clear to everybody that I am very happy with how the program has been running since we launched. So, if anybody has any questions or opinions on how the program operates, just please reach out to me at any time. Lastly, I would like to bring up something of importance, address identification. What I mean by that is just the postal address on business properties and, one family, two family dwellings. I've noticed many homes and businesses in the village are not clearly identified. This is not only an important thing for the building department, but more importantly, in an emergency situation when first responders need to locate your house. So I just wanted to make that clear tonight. I'm seeing it coming up more and more. But that's really all I have for tonight, if anybody has any questions at all.
No questions. I just want to obviously commend your department. You've been working shorthanded for the better part of a month. We had 2 employees that moved on from the building department, so you've been short-staffed and, you know, people are pitching in. Thankfully, it is, as you said, the slower part
It's the
of,
time, good time for it
of,
to happen, yeah.
but slow for Mineola is still not
Yes,
bad slow.
yes, very busy, yeah.
And as you heard earlier today, we have appointed one to fill one of those positions, and hopefully in our next meeting, which will be in 2 weeks, we'll appoint the other position as well. And
Yes.
hopefully we'll get back to full staffing by the end of the month, beginning of March, as we head into the spring
Yeah,
construction season.
exactly.
And I'd also like to remind everyone that, along with what I just said about snow these next couple of days and perhaps next week, is the expectation is that residents and businesses alike are responsible for maintaining the property immediately in front of their homes or their businesses in a timely fashion. You know, tomorrow we're expecting a lot of ice, so please make sure you salt. We had our DPW out this afternoon putting down brine in our roads, and as well as salting, pre-salting some of the sidewalks in municipal areas. So hopefully, you know, the residents will do the same, whether it's tonight, Saturday, or next week. Just be prepared for that.
Absolutely. And I just want to say Marlene is here tonight, so congratulations, Marlene. We're very happy to have you
Welcome
come in.
aboard. Thank you.
And
She
that's
comes,
all I have.
with a lot of experience. We're lucky to have her, so
Yes,
hopefully she'll hit the ground running and, you know,
I have no
be part
doubt.
of the team. I'm
Yeah.
sure she will.
All right.
Congratulations to you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, Mr. Gibbons?
Yes, Mayor,
You ready yet?
I am ready. I
I
have
tried
two,
to stall, you want me to stall some more?
no, I'm ready,
Okay.
all set.
Mr. Gibbons?
I have two short resolutions. The first, resolve to approve the tax certiorari settlement for 205 Mineola Boulevard for the tax years 2011, 2012 to 2024, 2025.
Okay, this is normal. We do this a few times a year. This is actually one of the larger, not large, but it's a condominium complex on Mineola Boulevard. I'll entertain a motion to approve the settlement, which is, by the way, beneficial to us. It could have been worse, and we were able to, you know, kind of get a price to where we're comfortable with it. Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Clark. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Salaski. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Do you need a vote from the board, or no?
No, that's fine.
That's fine.
The second resolution, to approve the second renewal agreement with Omni for the period May 1, 2025 through and including April 30, 2030.
Okay, so Omni is where we take our refuse, our garbage, cardboard, all of it. And so we just extended our contract for 5 years, which was negotiated with Omni on our behalf, Mr. Gibbons and Mr. Palumbo. The numbers are good. It's a fair contract. I looked at it, so I'd recommend that we approve this 5-year extension. Entertain a motion?
Motion.
Motion by trustee Clark, seconded by Deputy Mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Anything else, Mr. Gibbons?
Nothing further,
That's all?
Mayor.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to close the work session.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Salaski, seconded by trustee Clark. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We're gonna go right into our public meeting, right? It's past 7 o'clock. So once again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Not a whole lot going on in the dead of winter in February, but as I mentioned earlier, a couple of things to be aware of. The next 2 weeks here at the Village are odd weeks, because next week on Wednesday, February 12th, is Lincoln's birthday, and according to our collective bargaining agreement, Village Hall is closed, village services are suspended, and so just plan accordingly in terms of the sanitation schedule. And then the following week is President's Day, Monday, which I believe is the 17th, is President's Day. So that week will also be a hybrid sanitation week. So again, plan accordingly. Make sure that you do not leave your garbage out. We have, you know, days where it's windy, freezing, raining, and we certainly don't want the garbage out. So please, if you have any doubts, any questions, reach out to either DPW or the clerk's office here, or go on our website, or better yet, sign up for our email and text alerts, and you'll be, then will be informed, okay? Last Wednesday, we had a community forum here that was very well attended by residents, business owners, Chamber of Commerce members. We had with us here, among others, representatives from the Nassau County Police Department, the MTA Police Department, Nassau County Department of Social Services, representatives from county government and from state government, as well as we had some representatives from NGOs, nonprofits that deal with several quality of life issues, namely homelessness. It was an informational forum where people got an opportunity to ask questions, but we're hoping that it's only the beginning of this continued conversation and contact with the different levels of government, agencies, police departments, so that we can all coordinate to deal with these issues that are complicated, complex, not easy to solve. But I do want to thank Mr. Rivera, Ms. Pardo for organizing the room, getting it all together, the sound, contacting everyone. It's not easy, but I'm glad that we were able to get just about everybody in the same room, and hopefully this is just the beginning. And I'd like to thank my fellow board members for being in attendance as well. And for the residents and for the business owners, we hear you, we see it, we're aware of it, and we continue to fight for us, for our businesses, for our residents, for our quality of life, and we're not going to stop. So again, I just wanted to, put that out there. I think it was a very great first step towards hopefully finding a coordinated approach to finding some kind of resolution to some of these issues. Okay, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank Mayor Pereira for spearheading that, and to our village team here to get that together. Coordinating all of those representatives from the various agencies is not an easy task, and it's not an easy topic. It was mostly about homelessness, that meeting, and we know it's definitely a complex topic to and challenge for us to conquer. We are all residents here. We're not just board members. We are residents, and we see it, and we want to also improve it. So as the mayor said, it is the first step for us to make a difference and try to help it out for our business owners and our residents. So thank you, Mayor, for doing that. And yes, it is just the first step. We will continue to do what we can to improve quality of life around here with that situation. And other than that, I want to thank DPW for already brightening our streets. Good luck, guys. I hope it's not too bad for you. And I thank you in advance for helping our residents to not be inconvenienced by bad weather. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Trustee Clark.
Good evening. Just a little bit less than a month away is our Mineola St. Patrick's Day Parade. So that's on Sunday, March 2nd. If you have any organizations that are still interested in joining the line of march, please call the Irish Center on Willis Avenue, and you can be part of the parade that way. And on Saturday, March 1st at 5 p.m., Mayor?
Correct.
The mayor will be raising the Irish flag in front of the firehouse here on Jericho Turnpike, and it'll fly for the month of March. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. And we're gonna get all the snow out of the way now, so we don't have to worry about it in March. So, yeah, obviously looking forward to that. A short 3 or 4 weeks away. It's great. Trustee Salaski?
I just want to mention the Kiwanis pancake breakfast, which is this Sunday at the community center. It starts at 8, ends at noon. And just as an aside to that, if you could bring a non-perishable food, they are donating any food that we bring in to Faith Mission that they can give out to those that need some assistance at this time. And that's all I have.
Thank you. And yes, absolutely. This is the first of a series of breakfast. We have this one, then we have the Junior Fire Department pasta dinner, then we have the Lions Club Palm Sunday breakfast, and then we have the Boy Scouts Father's Day breakfast. So we're starting to come out of winter and into spring and summer. I did want to mention, last week I gloated a little bit during the community forum, but I think it certainly is important enough to say again. Last week we were awarded by New York State a little bit over $1.1 million grant that is exclusively for pro-housing communities for capital improvements. What we're going to do with $1.133 million is we're going to improve the community center. As many of you know, this was a school, that was a gym with a stage, and since the mid-1990s, when we converted this to Village Hall and Community Center, there really hasn't been much done. We've patched things here and there when it came to the air conditioning and to the heating. We are going to put in new air conditioning, new heating, new windows, new floor, update the classrooms, update the kitchen, and really make the community center something that we can all be proud of. It is used, I think people don't realize how much the community center is used. It probably is used 300 days a year between our seniors, our MAA, PAL, we have an adult basketball group that meets there, we have Evening Star Quilters, we have meetings, summer rec during the summer when it rains, we bring them in here. So the list just goes on and on and on. So it gets a lot of wear and tear. It's time, 30 some odd years later. So we're thankful that the state was able to give us, award us that grant. We're gonna keep trying to go for more money. The more money they'll give us, we'll certainly have places to spend it. So I'm happy, and I wanna thank Mr. Rivera for putting together that grant application, and then for driving all the way up to Schenectady, to hear the governor say that she was giving it to a bunch of places, but not mention us directly by name. But the important thing is we're getting the money. That's all that matters. So we're grateful for that. And again, Super Bowl is this Sunday. Come down here for the breakfast in the early part of the day. Be careful out there and be safe. Okay? I'll entertain a motion to close the public meeting.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Have a great night, everyone.
Nice chairs.
Yeah. They're a little low, but I like